We used to keep it on the table, but then like me and Blaine both would sit here. We do this a lot, and it takes up everything.
You wanna shorty balls? Kind of
We can't afford to have that little guy with the little boom leg.
kind of
Yeah.
NPR.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Let's go!
Sweet! Hey, this is Fish with GeekBattleRoyale.com. Coming to you live from the top of the old Heist House next to Morgus the Magnificent. And to my left, as always, my co-host, Blake. Big Brad can't be with us today. He had prior engagements. But we have a special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Armando Leduc. Hey, Anthony Figaro.
And today they're kind of advertise some things that they got coming to work. Some local New Orleans artists.
Yeah.
Working on some really exciting things. Not only a comic book, we have the comic book artist extraordinaire all the way to the left, but also a movie director that's going to work in tandem with the comic book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the writer. One
Yes.
of the writers, too.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't have Sam here today, but Sam Brantley, me and Sam Brantley, and Michael Dardon, who's a world-class magician, wrote this piece called The Chronicles of Count Carlos.
Tell me about the plot line for this.
All right, so basically about 7 years ago, Sketchy Characters started out as an improv group, and we performed in the French Quarter. And we would do shows every Thursday, and just out of those shows, we just kind of create these, skits and ideas. And we were hanging out in one of the bars on Decatur. I went in there last night after reaching our Kickstarter goal, as like a, kind of memory, taking a walk down memory lane, and I walk in there.
Kickstarter money, not going to afford a bar tab that have been owing. Now we know what really happened.
So we went in there, and basically in the back there's this mural of a beach, but a beach at night. Usually it's the sunset and you see the sun and everything like that, but this was like the moon and and then bats hanging out everywhere and like vampire stuff. And I was like, man, what if like Dracula were to like retire? Could he retire? And that was like the seed of kind of how it happened. And so we just kind of went from there, created this story, and then it went dormant for about 6 years.
And a good question about that is, I know the general retirement age of a human being.
Right.
But what is for an immortal vampire? What would be the retirement age here? Like,
well, he's
400 or 500.
He's 4,000 years old.
Oh, okay.
In our story.
The ripe old age of
Right. So he's $4,000, and
I'm
he's
just paying some good checks to him. Then.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's just he's not wanting to retire. He's wanting to kill himself. Wow. Right. So he's tired of it. Right.
That is his very, very retirement. I gotcha.
Yeah. So so death. He wants death. And he gets run over by an 18-wheeler, and the woman driving it, named Teresa, thinks that she's killed him. She doesn't know he's a vampire. He thinks she's the angel of death. They end up having sex, and Carlos is born. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. Carlos is a half-breed, half-human. That has no idea he's human. Oh, he's a vampire because they've been giving him pills to suppress his vampire urges and just.
Gotcha.
So he grows up not knowing that he's a vampire, not knowing who his father is, and his father's kind of been, on the outskirts looking at him. And when the day he's trying to incorporate Carlos into the vampire world, Dracula gets killed.
So, and essentially he's the next heir. So he's the new Dracula.
So he's the new Dracula.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a coup that takes place.
Yeah.
And so the individuals who pull the coup off do not want Carlos to exist. Hence,
kind of like rival covens kind of thing, like elders.
Well, no, it's like I want power, and all of a sudden I just killed the king, and I just found out he's got an heir somewhere. Well, that can take my power out, so I just have to eliminate him, get him out of the way, and then
I
I'm
can take over.
uncontested. You know what I mean? No contest. So that's what we're doing. So that sets up the the drama, the humor, the whole thing.
Okay.
And in our story, when you bite somebody, you absorb their memories, kind of like the Matrix.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so that's
I like that.
that's our new
Kind of like
take on the.
zombies. You
Well,
know,
in
what was
Underworld,
that
you remember
movie?
they did that in Underworld, and in Underworld, when you would bite them, you would absorb all the memories and whatnot.
They did that in Underworld. Damn, I thought that was original. You can't come up with anything original these days, man.
So,
If Underworld
Thanks
wouldn't have
for
done it, The Simpsons would have
bursting
done
my
it. They've done
bubbles.
everything
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
So.
Is this going to be like an ongoing series, or is this going to be like a mini series?
Yeah, well, it's going to be like a 3-part trilogy.
Okay.
It's going to be.
possibly more.
Well, yeah, it could be. I mean, hey, you know, you never know. It's the first one is him finding out who he is. Second one is the civil war between the vampires and the humans, and within the vampire world and then the third movie is aliens versus vampires
Nice.
Okay.
And you
So
know-
where does this take place? Is it in
in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it takes place in Mississippi and New Orleans.
Okay.
Carlos lives in Mississippi till he finds out, and then
Okay.
he gets brought here.
Did y'all do any research with any of the local covens here in New Orleans to get any ideas, or did you not want to venture that far down into the rabbit hole?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're always up for throwing in shout outs and whatnot. The whole idea is that you have the different layers, because you have and that's what Carlos kind of represents, and I guess we could throw some stuff in there, but part of his whole thing is he senses there's something about him different. He gravitates towards vampires. So there's this vampire role-playing game. And he's
Called
trying,
Vag.
yeah, right.
The Vampire
That's
Legion
right.
skills.
So it's kind of like a LARP.
Yeah.
But vag.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. It's got badges. It's good. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's
Everybody likes to do a little
LARPing.
badging.
Right. That's kind of LARPing you can do. But and that's the play on that is that this is this world and this is this layer, but it's not real. But there's this other real layer, and Carlos, trying to fit into this fake layer, realizes no, you're a part of this other layer. And
The real layer.
right, and so what happens? So a lot of the stuff that we'll deal with as far as vampires goes will be underground, unknown, hiding in plain sight type of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really good concept, and I'm not just saying that because y'all on it.
Thank
It's
you.
actually a very good concept. I really do like that.
Oh, we'd let you know.
And it's so good that I don't know if anybody knew about this, but everybody that does comic books, they hope for one thing, that it's going to be optioned for a movie. And I heard y'all have already been picked up for a movie.
Well, this
or
is
filming it yourself.
Well, let me say this.
Either or. This is
Yeah, there you go.
Either or.
It's on.
Right.
Hey, man.
We started out. This is a screenplay. It's done. Like
Yes.
the screenplay's finished.
Okay.
I went to Comic-Con this last year to sell another movie called Bourbon Whiz. If you haven't seen that, it's the Wizard of Oz meets Bourbon Street.
Very, very funny.
And that is a trippy movie.
Yeah, trippy.
It is crazy.
And it's all New Orleans musicians, all New Orleans actors. It's we took all the music from the Wizard of Oz and made it New
If you
Orleans
mix
style.
That's right.
Bourbon, Wizard of Oz, and you mix in Requiem for a Dream,
Yeah.
you got Bourbon Whiz.
Yeah.
It is actually, I really like it. It's very interesting.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and you guys can watch it at sketchycharacters.net. Right there on the homepage, you can watch the entire movie. So, I digress. So anyway, we went to Comic-Con to sell Bourbon Whiz, and I met a filmmaker and comic book guy from Dallas who made a movie called Bad Kids Go to Hell. But they started off with a comic book first, and then that turned into a movie. And I was like, well, why? And he said that he sold out the comic book, and that's how he grew his fan base, and then was able to make the movie with Judd Nelson and everything like that. So I was like, and here I am. I'm a filmmaker. I have no idea about how to make a comic book. I read comic books, but as far as
Right.
so I was like, this needs
That's
to
where it comes to
happen.
knowing the right people.
Yeah. I was like, this needs to happen somehow. And so I have a friend of mine named Jill, who's an amazing artist as well. And I was like,
Yeah.
you need to get with me and we need to make this comic book. And she's like, no, that's not really my thing, but I have a guy who you should meet,
I know a guy.
Anthony, who knows a guy who knows another guy. And so she introduced me to him. We met. I sent him the script, and then we just kind of
That's how New Orleans connections happen.
yeah.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, and it was just it worked because I think we have sort of the same creativity and energy, and it really was like, oh, okay, cool, boom, you understand me, I understand him. There's a mutual respect there, and it's just kind of really worked out.
Good stuff.
And being on the same wavelength, that's important. And what's really cool is there's very few, if any, comic books I know where you, after all is said and done, you come in and say, hey, you say you got a booth at a comic book convention, you say, I'm selling a 3-part series bundle with the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, like, who can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, only us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often.
Right.
But it is very, very cool concept. I really like the story. That's the first time I've heard the nuts and bolts of the story. And that's a cool take on it. I like that. The whole, really the dad wanting to die and then, all that happened.
Yeah, and well, it's him having a kid changed his life, or his undead life. And so,
Having kids will change your life.
Right, so that made him want to live, and he kind of, I don't want to give too much away, but he from that point on, Teresa is kind of a Buddhist yogi type New Age sort of chick, and so that influences Dracula, and Dracula becomes New Age yoga Dracula.
For some reason, when you said, I might be way off base, but that just shows you where my creative differences went. When you said, "Oh, it was a woman truck driver ran him over," I was thinking Large Marge from people
Right.
taking pictures.
Yes. Right.
I was way off.
Yeah. Well, no, and as a matter of fact, it was a big woman, but then we just kind of turned
she
a
was
lot of
undead
things
too,
on their
you know?
head. Yeah. She's too super attractive, I thought. She changed my world.
That was the first time I probably ever jumped out of my seat. First horror scene I've seen in my life. When she looked at him and turned to a ghost.
That was awesome. So, as a matter of fact, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was inspired by the book Save the Cat. It's a screenplay book that I read, and I used that one as well for this project.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, so there you go. That's the inspiration, right?
There you go, man. If you're a screenwriter, get Save the Cat. It'll change your life. It'll save your life.
And also, it's not the only thing you're working on. You're working on something called Bad Grandmas.
Oh yeah.
This just seems like
It writes itself. It really writes itself.
We saw it on Facebook Live, and we just talked to Alana just before we started filming. But when I saw it on Facebook Live, and you get the gist of it, it's these grandmas in very bad behavior and whatnot, and you're kind of like, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it works. That's the kind of stories that people want to see.
Well, what I was surprised by is that badgrandmas.com wasn't taken. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I picked it up. It was super easy. My fiance's in Bad Moms, the Mila Kunis movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we went out to LA, went to the red carpet. Actually, it was pink carpet. And so I was like, man, this is a cool concept. I don't know why they didn't really expand beyond that. And then I teach an acting class on Saturdays, and 2 of my older ladies are in there, and they're like, oh, Armando, we really want to do something, but we feel like we're too old. And I was like, well, let me write something. It's going to be crass because it's Sketchy Characters, and that's the style. If you haven't seen Sketchy Characters Productions, it's all of my stuff is super in your face, raunchy, So I wrote it, I sent it to him. I was like, all right, understand that this is, y'all are.
You think this is the lady that bakes you cookies, and you're like,
yes,
you're gonna twerk.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yeah. There's a scene where they put each other in an arm bar, and I think we're gonna have a fuck tick counter, so it's every time fuck is mentioned. I think we say it about 200 sometimes.
I'm excited right now. I didn't know we could say fuck, so I'm
We can. Okay,
We
yeah.
just dropped one over there, and I was like, holy fucking shit. It's
the internet. It's the Wild Wild West on the internet.
So yeah, it's true. It's true. And so
Our producer let it go.
Yeah.
Gee, we're always here. Oh.
You don't care.
Yeah.
So I gave them the script, and they're like, I didn't hear anything back for 2 days, and I was like, I think I might have scared them, but no, they were just game. They came on set and just rocked it.
The funny part was that I was watching it. You're like, oh, we just came back on Facebook. We just came back from doing Bad Grandmas and everything. You're like, oh, how cute.
Right.
You see grandma, oh yeah, it looks like my grandma. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's Meemaw.
Yeah. They're doing some crazy.
I didn't see that coming.
Shit. So that'll be a web series that we're gonna kind of put out while we're making. He's gonna be making the comic book. I'm gonna be continuing to film and try to. We need to get our subscribers up on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So which is why we're doing Bad Grandmas, starting to build our fan base, so that when we get Chronicles of Count Carlos up, we'll
Right.
have a few thousand. Hopefully
Getting
millions.
multiple irons in the fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, and if they have a chance, that we're kind of doing the same thing. We're just trying to get our name out there on
Yeah.
YouTube. I think we got all but
We
the
ain't
2 people watching right now.
Hey, Mom.
No, you got six.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
One
good.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Count
Wives
us.
and moms, babe. Wives and
Yeah, family's important.
Oh yeah.
I would like to say thank you to all of our backers and supporters
Absolutely.
on Kickstarter. It's so funny to have a comic book, funded by 193 people that are like, yeah, let's
That's awesome.
see this happen, and
Absolutely.
we're really happy about it. I'm tired of asking for money, so I'm really God, I'm so tired of asking
Yeah,
for money.
it's a humbling thing going out there with your hat in your hand. And,
Yeah.
And
But people
It's fun.
want to see these things. That's why
Yeah, it is.
they throw. And once again, the internet is an awesome place where you.
in
know,
all
do
honesty,
whatever
you
want.
have a plot that sells.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just 190 people it's probably just 190 people that saw it and was like, that's a good idea. And the whole point of Kickstarter, you never know if this is going to take off. And
Yeah.
and it's a gamble. I'm going to put my name in the hat, so when this does do well, I'm going to have one of the first issues. And that's the thing about comic books. You want first run.
Right.
You don't want second run. And you get the option to actually get a signed comic book, which is, if anybody's local around this area, you're going to be Monday at Heroes Corner Comics.
Right.
Correct, which is it's on West Metairie, right there in West Metairie Shopping Plaza. It's right next to
Hobnobbers?
Hobnobbers is right there next. It's next to the Shell station. They got the Slick and Shorty's Snowball Place. Angelo's Bakery used to be there.
What's it called? Schlick and Shorties?
Slick and Shorty's, dog. You got to know.
That's his Fat City accent.
That's a snowball stand. Yeah. All kind of snowballs.
What's a
All
slick?
kind of that's a slick, son.
What is a slick?
That's a slick. You
Is
got
it
to
snowball?
get rid- No. That's
What
what's
is a
selling
slick?
the snowball.
Oh, Slick is
Slick is one of the salesmen.
Schlick-
Short is his
Schlicken.
partner.
No, so Slits is a beer.
Schlick.
You're well.
Slick.
Just slick.
Yeah, but you're saying
Yeah.
Schlick,
No,
like with the
no,
SH.
no.
It's
That's
Slick.
Just, see, that's just you alliterate.
Slick.
You got the alliterate.
You get alliterated.
Slick.
You got the alliteration.
Schlick and shower, you hear
Yes,
me?
I'm
You hear
saying.
me?
You
There.
I love saying you hear me. I moved here in 2005, and I heard you hear me for the first time, and I try to use it as much as possible. I try to say you hear me.
Big Brad,
Very nice.
the third part of our trio, I texted him and said, hey, you be able to make it? And Blake goes, is Big Brad making it? I'm texting him and said, no, he said he won't be able to make it. And he goes, what'd you text back? Well, I understand you got to make that green.
You heard.
You heard? I didn't know what else to put.
Who's Big Brad?
Big Brad is,
The grandpa. He's
grandpa.
just the third part of it. Actually, I think we met Armando at WizCon 2 years ago. Huh?
2 years ago. And Big
Big
Brad,
Big Brad wasn't there.
he
when
keeps
I
the
met.
Sabbath holy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we talked on Sunday.
Right.
Right.
So,
that's
you
what
know.
it was. So yeah, I mean, we
Like Big Lebowski?
pretty much.
Close.
I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, Brad's the dude. We'll go ahead and say.
He is the dude. That's the funny part.
So we're gonna be trying to, well, not trying to, but they were just telling me that there's a bunch of local WizCons and Comic Cons and things like that we can go to. So
I know,
bam,
yeah, I
bam,
know.
Bam, bam, bam.
I know. Locally, you mean just within a 150 mile or what?
Within the state. Like within the
I
state
know
and the city.
October. You got what? You got the one in Lafayette in October, correct?
Tell you what,
Louisiana Comic
stick with
Con.
us, kid. We'll show you where to
All
go.
right.
Right.
Come
Come with
That's
us.
what we need.
All
All we
right.
need. Well, yeah, we'll come with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're there anyway. Might as well.
More the merry, man. So basically, come on the convention trail with us. We're going to be, I think we got Contraflow coming up. You want to come part of that?
Yeah.
Contraflow's in
Contraflow's
September.
coming up. We got a table for that, so GBR
When
will be
is that?
there. That is
September. We should know.
September, November, something.
Okay.
September.
Yeah, at the end of the
We
month.
should know. We'll put the date
It's
down
gonna be right
on the
here.
screen right here.
Right here.
Yeah,
Will it be
that's-
right here? Will
Yeah.
it be right here?
where do you want it to be?
I want it to be right
It
here.
doesn't matter. We're gonna put
Can
it
you
where
put,
we
could you
want.
put it over my face?
Keep in mind, editing guys moving it around as we speak.
Yeah, right now. I'm trying to
Can you
figure
just
it
cover my face for the whole thing from,
You just put one of those blotches.
or just like a blotch over my mouth as if I'm saying filthy shit.
Like you're a guy from Cops that interviewing.
Right, yeah.
Just blur out there.
Blur my face out. That'd be awesome.
if you get a chance, go to Sketchy Characters at sketchycharacters.com.
Sketchycharacters.net.
.net.
I couldn't get sketchycharacters.com. That was
Okay, I mean,
really
it's
shitty.
close.
And badgrandmas.net while you at it.
.com.
If you really want to
Grandmas.com.
Yes. Well,
That's
we haven't set up the website. Yeah, I just bought it
Oh,
Yeah.
to have it.
So
you
keep
know,
a lookout for it.
So yeah,
Yeah, keep checking on
badgrandmas.com will
that
be.
one.
But sketchycharacters.net, you'll know all of our stuff, and we got sketches there from like 10 years. You know, we've got a bunch of sketch comedy. I got a music video called Papa Titty Out. If y'all have never seen Papa Titty Out,
I did watch that. I mean, it was very classy.
super classy, sophisticated.
My favorite one was I'm like, you know, what is this that Armando's making? It was the one with the little Red Riding Hood. She's going down.
Oh yeah.
She's going down there, like walking down the Shell Road, and you see the little wolf, and he's doing this. And she's like, "Hey, what big teeth do you have?" And he runs away, and you see her. She's doing this. Hey, with long hair, he's doing this. And she's doing it the whole time, and anything. She goes, "Hey, bitch, I'm trying to take a shit." I was like, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, check that one out, man. We got a bunch of ones.
That is the perfect
Frankie.
That's the perfect introduction to the Sketchy Characters brand, right?
Yes. Yeah. As a
That
matter of
says a
fact,
lot, no
that was
word.
the first one I shot. The
very
first
first.
video, very first video I ever shot. So yeah.
good deal.
So check us out on sketchycharacters.net. Also, don't you, Kid Destructo, you wanna
Oh yeah.
tell them about
so-
your?
Yeah, you can see any of my artwork. You can go on Instagram, which is Kid Destructo. Twitter is Kid Destructo1. Facebook, you can look me up as Anthony Figaro or Kid Destructo, and I'm on DeviantArt as Kid Destructo. So if you want to see any, actually just type in Kid Destructo into your search engine. Boom,
Yeah.
and hit images, and you'll see all my stuff.
And also in the information section on the YouTube video, I'm going to put all these links to the website too, so you can go to it straight from there.
Right.
And I guess that'll be wrapping it up. And I think y'all going to stay in for another episode if y'all in, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We usually like anybody who comes in as a special guest. We like to keep them in for another episode, just to kind of put you on the spot, talk about some
Nice.
craziness. And,
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Have y'all ever talked about shit like this?
But you about
No.
a whole new demographic.